Loved your message. Said man, let me tell you the future Wades, they were the real deal. Like a shot or espresso straight to the heart of the music scene. They had that spark yekno. Like a wild mix of post-punk beats and that dreamy shoegaze shimmer, twisting around each other like they were one but somehow still keeping their own shape. You'd hear and feel the intensity like they were laying down their soul on the line with every song. The energy was so raw, so pure, it'd make you feel like you were alive in a way you never knew possible. And the words, man, those lyrics had this sharp edge, this poetic sadness, but there was always this flicker of hope, like they knew the world was messed up but weren't about to stop trying to make it right. Every track felt like an open invitation, like they were pulling you into their world. You could almost hear the hum of the streets, the pulse of a city that never sleeps, and that sense that they were crafting something that was gonna change the game forever. But then, snap, just like that the band split. One minute they were the future and the next they were a memory, scattered like broken glass. It left us all in a daze, looking for answers in the cracks of what was left behind, but there were no answers. Just a hole where the music used to be. And that's where it gets heavy, man. When you think about Grant, the guy was the backbone of the whole sound. That guitar of his, man, it was like it could speak. It had that voice, that rhythm, that groove that could carry you through a storm. But after the split he just vanished. Yekno. The cat stopped talking to the rest of the band, like he pulled a curtain down and left them all in the dark. It wasn't just the music that went quiet, he did too. No word from him, no shout out to the fans, just silence. At first, it was just the radio static of mystery. And then came the word. Grant didn't want to do the band thing anymore. He started a whole new path, drifting away from everything. Turns out he was working the late night shift at a radio station, just spinning records, keeping it low-key. Man, you'd hear his voice on the airwaves sometimes late at night when everyone else was asleep, and it was like you could hear the ghost of the future Wades in his words. It was like he found some kind of peace in the airwaves, behind a mic talking to nobody but everybody at the same time. No more loud guitars, no more shows or no more crowds. Just Grant sitting in a booth, playing the hits, lost in his own head, away from the chaos of the band that used to be. It's like he traded the stage for the solitude, hiding behind the soft hum of a radio station instead of the howling raw energy of the crowd. And that's the thing, Grant's still out there, in his own way, but the world's not the same without him with the band. The future Wades? Yeah, they're done. Gone. Boothe Grant ? He's still out there, keeping it quiet, keeping it his own. Maybe it's for the best, man. Maybe that's where he's meant to be. But damn, it's bittersweet. Because you can't help but wonder what could have been, what tunes he still had in him, what sound he could have shaped if he'd just stayed with the band. Instead, he's out there, spinning records for a handful of late-night listeners, a recluse in the glow of the radio dial, playing a different kind of music now one will never fully hear. It's a real shame, Daddy-o. A real shame. And dig, man, ain't it wild how the groove just slips away. One minute you're part of a fire, a spark that's gonna light up the world, and the next you're caught in the dust, just watching the flames fizzle out. Take David, man. That cat used to wail, Yekno. The voice of the future Wades, crooning, like the universe was breathing through him. His voice hit you right in the gut, but now he's all up in real estate, baby, talking contracts and moving houses, shuffling keys instead of lyrics. Can you believe that? ? The same dude who used to belt out soul-stirring lines now flips properties and plays the market like he's selling some dream that ain't his. The vibe is different, you dig. He's out there hustling, making that paper, but the real question is, where's the music, man? ? It's like the stage lights went out, and now he's just in the shadows, moving walls instead of breaking hearts. And Jonny. Whew, man, Jonny was the pulse, the thump that made our whole body feel beat. That cat slapped the bass like he was talking in rhythm, laying down that low-end thunder that kept everything together. But now he's buried in law books, man, turning those pages like he's trying to get back to a rhythm that don't even exist anymore. He's out there, grinding through law school, talking about case law instead of chords. And for the dough, he's flipping pizzas, man, tossing dough instead of jamming on his bass. You can hear the sizzle of sauce on the oven, but where's that deep, low groove that used to make the floor shake? Now it's just cheese and pepperoni, man. He's cooking to make ends meet. But I tell you, it's a long way from those hot summer nights when he was making magic on that stage. It's a hard hit, baby. Harder than a cymbal crash in an empty room. I get it, life don't play fair. You gotta find that paper, pay those bills. But when I think about David and Jonny, I feel that ache, that sweet, sweet ache, deep in my bones. Those cats had the kind of rhythm that could have split the sky, man. Now they're caught up in the grind. David's hustlin', Holmes, Jonny's wranglin', legal briefs and making pizza pies. It's like the music slipped through their fingers, man. The dream they were building together just unraveled, and now they're walking different roads, trying to find their way back. Boothe, there's still a spark, question mark. Somewhere inside them, there's a flicker of that magic, waiting for the right time to blaze up again. But until then, all we got are the memories, the good old days. The days when the future Wades had the world on its knees. Now it's just two cats doing their thing in the hustle, one talking real estate, the other cooking pizzas. It ain't the same, daddy-o. Would you like to reply?